hello to the channel. My name is Ash and today I'm going to be doing a review for Forgotten Hill Disillusion on Xbox consoles. Now this was released onto the store on the 17th of the 12th, 2021. It's developed by FM Studio and it's published by Ratalaika Games, and they were kind enough to send me a copy for this review, so big thank you to them for that. Now this is basically a point and click adventure game, but with a sort of horror twist. So the description is: welcome to Forgotten Hill Museum, a place where the past, present, the nature, art and the unknown are exhibited. Do you want to have the best experience of your visit? If so, take some advice. Never believe your eyes. Forgotten Hill Disillusion is a first-person point-and-click game with a horror and grotesque atmosphere, focused on solving puzzles and riddles in order to discover what secrets of the disturbing town of Forgotten Hill. Will you solve the mystery and escape? But above all, will you survive? So, I really enjoyed this game. From a point-and-click adventure perspective, there is a lot to do in it. There are a ton of puzzles, and I mean there are literally puzzles on every single screen. They say there's over 60 original puzzles and riddles to solve to progress through the game, and like I say, yeah, you're literally doing something on every screen. I commend them for how much there is to do in terms of puzzles and stuff like that. Now, the museum itself is split into sort of chapters, which are sort of levels. So you go into one and it's sort of themed around fish and stuff like that. And when you've completed all the puzzles to unlock the door at the end of it, you then move on to the next one and the next one and stuff like that. Now, there is a hint system as well. So if you do get stuck, there is a hint system to guide you through it. Obviously, I highly recommend not using it unless you're really, really stuck, but there are some points in the game where it is kind of tricky. There is 9 languages as well. Obviously, that's fantastic for sort of players around the world. And it's got a really cool sort of grotesque art style and atmosphere. Now, like I say, the game itself, you could probably get through it in it took me about 4 hours, I think it did, to get through it. But like I say, with a guide, you would probably get through it in maybe an hour and a half. But like I say, it isn't super straightforward. It is quite easy in terms of puzzles. It does sort of guide you through them. It does give you a lot of hints, but there's still quite a lot to do. So even if you were trying to speedrun it with a guide, there's still a lot of content to get through, which I commend it for, to be fair. It's not just a quick 5-minute achievement game, which is a nice sort of bonus. Now, the game itself is playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S, and it's optimised for Series X and S with 4K resolution and 60 FPS, and it supports smart delivery, so whichever console you play it on, you get the best version for that console. Now, as it goes for achievements, there are pretty easy enough. I mean, you'll pick up a few just by progressing through the game, but there are some missable ones, so you may want to play through and then go back and grab those missable ones as well. But in terms of a point and click game, there's loads of things to interact with. Like, you've got the camera, well, you get the camera, you don't start with it straight away, but you get a camera, and that's sort of used to find hidden clues and give sort of ideas of where you've got to go and what you've got to do. You can basically interact with most things in each room. There are puzzles which can involve having to find a certain amount of items, having to switch switches in a certain order, passwords, those sort of things. There's a wide variety of things to do, and it will really test your brain at some points, I must admit. But basically, you've got to unlock the door at the end of the level, like you're watching now, and then also get a ticket to progress through to the next sort of exhibit area or level. Now, it is quite grotesque. It gets a bit worse later on. Like, at the game, it's a bit dark and creepy, but later on you get into, like, you have the ability to switch between, like, day and night worlds. Sort of like, imagine Silent Hill, where it flicks between, like, the alternate realities, and obviously you get the more sort of grotesque, bloody, murder sort of looking area. So if that's not your cup of tea, maybe avoid this game. But other than that, like I say, if you like point and click adventure games or you like puzzle games, you are really going to get your book here, because it's only $4.99 cents on the US Xbox store, which I believe is £4.19 in the UK store. Absolute bargain for the amount of gameplay you're going to get for this. It's got a really unique sort of 2D, kind of cel shaded looking art style as well. I really like that. Good atmosphere, lots of like books and sort of lore pieces you can pick up to sort of expand the story and the sort of creepy town and stuff like that as well. So really, really cool. Highly recommend it. One of Ratalaika's better outputs, I would say, recently, just for the amount of content you get. And yes, it does take longer to get the 1000 gamer score for the achievement hunters out there, but you can technically do it in about an hour and a half with a guide, so it's not the worst sort of game out there for them. But that's that for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you soon for more content. Bye for now, guys.